Hi, I'm Laura. I'm a psychotherapist in the UK and I'm doing a series on safety in therapy. So last week I spoke about the Therapeutic Alliance, which is the agreement that you have with your therapist and how it's the most important indicator of positive outcomes. So that means the best type of therapy is just one in which your therapist likes you and you like your therapist. So, how can you create that safe relationship in therapy? So, there's a few things that you can do at the start of that therapy relationship. One is making sure that you're choosing the right therapist for you, and you can sometimes talk to people before you start working with them to try and get a gauge if it's a good fit. If you're in therapy and you didn't get to choose your therapist, so you're doing it through the NHS maybe or a charity, you have to create safety with someone that you haven't necessarily chosen. And so you can ask them questions, and what they answer might give you an idea as to how safe that relationship is for you. And you can tell them the purpose of the questions. I'm wondering about this because I want to feel safe with you. And therapists will love that you're being honest with them. And when you say, I want this relationship to be really safe so that I can open up, therapist is going to understand what's going on there, and they're going to understand that you're trying to build the therapeutic alliance. They're going to love that. Therapists also love it when clients say, when you said this, I didn't really like that, or I felt uncomfortable when this happened, because it means that they're able to get some feedback that they can work on. It also means that the relationship is safe enough for you to experiment with safety. So when I have a client who gives me some feedback that maybe they wouldn't necessarily give to other people in their life, about, I felt that this was uncomfortable or this was rude or whatever it is that they might say to me, I feel really happy because it means that we can explore that, and it gives them the opportunity to actually enhance the relationship. So some of the things that you might want to ask a therapist is, how do you feel when you see my name on your schedule for the day? So you can kind of get a gauge as to what are they thinking about you? How do they see you as a client? And it might make the therapist uncomfortable, but you can also say, like, is it uncomfortable for me to be asking this? And so that they can give you an opportunity to see them as a human, and discussing your relationship with them can be part of the therapy. Because as I said in my video last week, what happens in the therapy room then happens outside of the therapy room. And so once you're able to have those honest, open conversations and you're not judged, the relationship doesn't break down, the safety in a relationship, and even though it can be awkward and uncomfortable, it actually deepens a relationship, and it means that you might be able to have difficult conversations outside of the therapy room that you can trust, that you're ready to have, that relationships don't need to break down just because there's been a challenge. And a challenge in therapy isn't like a challenge to a fight. It's just a gentle nudging. It's saying, you told me this yesterday, and now you're telling me this, and they're opposites. And someone might say, oh, but they're both true, because I was, it might be something like, I thought you were working at this place when, you were in that relationship. And they'll say, oh, well, actually, I had two jobs. There'll be something, some explanation. Or they might say, oh, well, maybe I'm getting the timeline wrong. But the challenge isn't them saying, like, you're a liar and I can't trust you. The challenge is, help me understand your reality and your truth in a deeper way, and let me point out the inconsistencies so you can see the things that you might be blind to yourself. I hope that's helpful. If you want to, you can pop a comment underneath as to how you built safety with your therapist, and how safe you feel asking your therapist questions. Okay, all the best.